Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's 30-Minute Mentor. November the 5th, it is bonfire night or bonfire day in the UK today, where they celebrate. I'm not sure whether they celebrate the fact that somebody tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament or the fact that they caught the person who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. But it's a traditional celebration in England and has been for many years. And in the evening, there are lots of bonfires lit, fireworks set off, and traditionally people eat a cake called parkin, and they make treacle toffee and this sort of thing. So it's a fun time. It's got a bit diluted in recent years, as most occasions have, I think. It tends to be pushed to the weekend rather than celebrating it on the actual evening of the 5th. So we get a lot of bonfires and things perhaps are going to happen on Saturday or happened last Saturday or Sunday or whatever. I prefer the traditional thing, enjoy it on the actual day. However, that is just my opinion. And I know it doesn't suit everybody. So if you can see me and hear me, let's get on with this rather than talk about English celebrations. Let's just get somebody to pop into the chat section, the fact that they can see the screen and hear my voice, and we can proceed. Yeah, Guy Fawkes, he was tortured in the traditional medieval ways, the rack and all sorts of other things. And he wouldn't reveal his co-conspirators. So I believe he was burned, and that's why we have bonfires now. And the kids make effigies. They get an old pair of trousers and a shirt, and they put them together and they stuff them with hay and straw, and they throw this onto the bonfire in remembrance of Guy Fawkes back, don't know what year it was offhand, long time ago anyway. So okay, thanks Tim, you can see and hear me. Good. We're on the 30-Minute Mentor and we're talking about essential tools. I've got a couple of other things I want to throw in today as well, but initially let's plow on through the essential tools. Let me get back to my slides. Yeah, we started off by saying there's some things you need for your business beyond the computer and an internet connection. There's quite a lot of things, but what we're talking about are these 5 things. And today I want to just talk about backups. It is important that you back up your computer. But before we get into backups, I want to cover something I missed last week on autoresponders. And I have a page ready somewhere, I think, because, yeah, let me come out of screen share and go back in with the right page. Here we go, I think. Yep, here we go. All autoresponders charge you, or nearly all autoresponders charge you for the number of subscribers you have in your list. And this is one of my small accounts with Aweber. And this particular list has 326 subscribers in this campaign. I've got a few campaigns in here and they've all got a few hundred in it. It's not a big account, but I've got it here to show you some of the things that you need to do, which I didn't cover last week, and really I felt amiss about not covering this. What you want to do is always keep your lists as clean as you possibly can, because you're going to get charged for the subscribers on your list, with a few exceptions. GetResponse, in fact, will automatically remove from your lists unsubscribes and bounces. They don't delete them from your account, but you don't get charged for them. You only get charged for active subscribers. But most of the autoresponders charge you for the space you're taking up by having a subscriber in there. So if you've got a list like this and it's got what, 326 subscribers in it, you're getting charged for having 326 subscribers. So what you want to do, this is Aweber, as I say, but most accounts operate in a similar way. You can pick different lists and get whatever you pick will come up with the subscribers for that list. We're in my Retire Rich list, he said. We've gone to the number of opens. I didn't want that. I want subscribers. I must have clicked on report. Manage subscribers. So we click on manage subscribers and it'll, there we go. Oh, we got 327. Somebody's just subscribed. So we've got this list here. We're getting charged for 327 subscribers. What you want to check is if you've got any unsubscribes. And you want to do this on a regular basis. You see here, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 unsubscribed. So I'm being charged for those. So I might as well delete them. Get rid of them. I'm not interested in people that have unsubscribed. Why do I want to be paying for them? Okay. So now if we go back to currently subscribed or show all. There we go. We're down to 321. So it saved me the cost of 6. Now 6 may not be very important because I'm not sure of the bands, but they probably start with 2,000 and then they go to 5,000 and then they go to 7,000 or something like that. I don't know. But the more space you buy, it's you need for your list. Now, if, for example, there was a price band at 2,000 and I'd got 2,005, by deleting those 6, that brings me down to under 2,000, and it means that I'm paying less for my autoresponder. And there's other things, undeliverable. I don't know whether we've got any of those. People will put in spoof addresses and things. Now, whether or not this was an accident or whatever, this is an address that's undeliverable. So I don't want to be paying for undeliverables either. So we'll get rid of that one too. Okay. And this is what you want to do. You want to be constantly cleaning your list. I would make a point of cleaning your list once a week or something like that. Depends on how much activity there is in your list. Don't worry about the people that unsubscribe. Just get them out of your list. And I say you can't delete them in get response, but they automatically don't charge you for unsubscribes. Aweber and most other autoresponders continue to charge you for people that are in your autoresponder, so you don't want them in. So I just wanted to cover that. That's sort of casting back to last week when we were talking about autoresponders and getting the best rates and things like that. So if we go back now to the presentation. There we go. So I've covered that. Where are we now? Oh, it's about keeping it clean. Yeah. And that's in the nicest possible way. So we want to get back to talking about backups now. There was something I read sometime that said, and I think this was in PC Magazine. I don't get PC Magazine, but I sometimes read articles from it. And Bill Gates said that 5% of Windows machines crash on average twice daily. Now, if you put that another way, it means that 10% of Windows machines crash every day, or that any given machine will crash about 3 times a month. Now, since Bill's not a math junkie, I have to assume this number is real and based on something other than phone surveys. And I think it's probably based on the fact that when your computer crashes, you get the option to submit a report to Microsoft. So that's just one reason why you've got to be careful, because when your machine crashes, it can distort or change files, make them unreadable, can do all sorts of things to them. And usually you've got important, especially if you're in business, you've got important files on your computer. And it seems like people just don't know how to take care of them. You'll find that people rarely back up their computers and then go through the pain and stress of losing all of the files. And this isn't just hearsay, it's happened to me twice. You would think I'd learn. It's not going to happen to me a third time, but it's happened to me twice, and I'll tell you about those in a moment. And it's something that most people ignore. They think, well, it's never going to happen to me, you know. Yet once it does happen, they're the first to complain about it happening. So there are several reasons why it's crucial to back up your files and make sure that you always have a copy of things that you may need. And the reason to back up your files is because you will have computer crashes. I don't think computers are quite as unreliable as they were even 5 years ago. But I've had 2 hard disk crashes on my computers, and they've both cost me considerably. The first crash I had when I was living, when I was at my home in Utah, and just down the road from my home in Utah, there's a guy who is a real geek. He has a business fixing computers and things. And I used to just get on the phone to him anytime anything went wrong, and he'd come down and he'd just take a delight in retrieving and reaccessing files and doing everything and getting everything back that he could. So the first time it happened, it just cost me a couple of days. I didn't actually lose anything of importance, and perhaps if I had, I'd have been more careful. The second time it happened was at my home in Italy, and whilst there were computer shops and computer repair places and things in the locality, none of them really gave me a lot of confidence. And I went round them when this crash happened, and they all sort of looked at it and scratched their heads and said, oh, well, tough. And on that occasion, I lost quite a lot of information from my files. One file in particular was about 30,000, a buyer's list, okay, buyers, 30,000 buyers list that I lost. And these were not email addresses, these were full address, telephone number, email where applicable, because these had been collected over a number of years from various different campaigns. And if you can imagine what a list of 30,000 buyers is worth, conservatively, it's worth $25,000 a month, and I lost it. It was wiped out, gone, and I've never been able to retrieve it. I still have the disk that came out of that computer, and nobody's been able to get that information back for me. And as I say, I think computers are a little bit more reliable than they used to be, but you don't want to run the risk of losing things that are important. And it may not be a business thing. It may be files that you've got. Maybe you've got insurance policies and you've got them stored online or on your computer. Maybe you've got valuations of your jewelry or furnishings or whatever it may be for insurance purposes, and you've got those valuations stored on your computer. What happens if you lose those? What happens if we move down here and you have theft and somebody pinches your computer along with your jewels? What are you going to do then? You haven't got those valuations. You haven't got the pictures of the things. So crashes are one thing, and as I say, I've gone through 2, and I now make sure that if and when my computer crashes, because people say it's not a case of if, it's a case of when my computer crashes again, it might be a little bit inconvenient, but I've got all the information backed up. Viruses can damage your programs, can damage your files. If you get a virus on your computer, all sorts of different viruses can get in there and they can damage your files, wipe them out, corrupt them, all sorts of things. You don't want it happening. Physical computer damage laptops in particular, you can drop them and it breaks the computer and you can lose the information from it. You can knock your cup of coffee over and damage your computer, lose your files. Fire is another thing. I mean, I know some people, it used to be an option to back up to a hard disk, and it's still an option to back up to an external hard drive. But if you have a fire, it doesn't just burn your computer, it burns your hard drive as well. If you have a theft, the thief might leave you your hard drive because he doesn't know what it is. But more often than not, if he's pinching your computer, he's going to pinch your hard drive with it anyway. So you want something that's going to be more effective than an external hard drive to back up to. And another problem with that is you need to be backing up regularly. And I tell you from experience, because when my second computer crashed, I had an external hard drive I used to back up to, but I didn't do it regularly. And I neglected it, and it got messed about and things, and the information that I needed when the crash came was. Another thing about backing up is if you change computers, you're going to have to transfer stuff from one to another, and that can be quite a task. If you've got things backed up in a way that is easily accessed, you can easily download the information onto your new computer, and you do it through remote access because your files, what I'm stipulating here is that you back up automatically, and you back up to a source that is not in your environment. In fact, it's in the cloud, it's somewhere else, it's on the internet. It's secure, it's safe, it's put away somewhere, and it means that you can get at that information anytime you want it. Every time you change a file, it automatically updates it, bang, bang, bang. So everything you've got in your backup is up to date 100% of the time. Whether it's your pictures, your videos of your family, your kids growing up, your documents, your mailing list, whatever it may be, it's there and it's secure. And if you're in some other location and you've not got your computer with you, you can still get on somebody else's computer and go to that backup and download the files you want. Suppose you're at somebody's house and say, oh yeah, I'll show you a picture of my little grandchild, and you can go to your backup and you can pull that file down and you can play it on their computer. As I say, you can also, if you change your computers, which nowadays I think most people are changing them every couple of years, you can pull down that information, all those files from your old computer, and instantly back them up to your new computer. Very fast way of doing things, a lot quicker than trying to transfer from computer to computer through home networks and this sort of thing. Just not as effective. So you need remote automatic access. And a while back I would have said that this is an expensive option, but it isn't anymore. You can get backup with a company that I run for just $7 a month. And with that, we're going to throw in an autoresponder, unlimited hosting, an amazing compensation plan where you earn $5 for everybody that you recommend to the plan. And it goes beyond that. And there's much, much more involved in what you get for just $7 a month. And your computer files security, your business security, the security of your family information, photographs, videos, all this stuff that's on your computer. If you don't think it's worth $7 a month, what have you got it on there for in the first place? Just get rid of it. It's just cluttering up your space. $7 a month, and you get everything else thrown in. Now, you can go places and pay more, and quite often they won't have an affiliate plan where you can make any money back. There is one program that I know of that is, I think it's $8.99 for the same that we offer you for $7. And if you want to promote their program, you have to pay an extra $29 a month. So it's costing you like $38 to get what we're giving you for $7 a month, and our compensation plan is more lucrative than theirs. Okay, they claim 100% commissions. What you actually make in reality is a lot less than that. We claim $5 for every sale, and what you get is $5 for every sale. Okay, so it's a really good option, and it's something that you need. You don't need to use mine, you don't need to use that. You do need to have one. You want to go to get an automatic backup system installed on your computer. Prices range from, I don't know what the lowest is. There are probably offers that get you in to start with for a couple of dollars a month or something like that, and they go up and up and up in cost depending on your storage levels. But you do need it. It is, in my opinion, an essential for your business, and it's essential even if you're not in business, because what you've got on your computer is important to you, otherwise it shouldn't be there. So that's it, and that's where you can get it for $7 with everything else that I talked about. SAWWP.com. It stands for Sharing Abundance Worldwide with Passion. Okay, and if you share this with other people, you will be on the road to making a very strong income. Okay, questions and answers. Before we get into answering questions, I wanted to talk to you about something that I am going to be doing. And if you're on my mailing list, which you probably are if you've got to this webinar, you may have got an inkling of it this morning, heard about it. I'm just trying to find my way back to, here we go. Stop screen sharing. Okay. What I'm going to do starting tomorrow is I am going to follow a 14-day plan, right? A 14-day training plan put together by a friend of mine, which is designed for newbies and experts alike. And if you follow this plan step by step, you can make money, whether it's your first money online or whether it's increasing, expanding your business or whatever. And you set your own goals. All you're required to do is follow everything step by step. Just go through it religiously and do what's required and not what's convenient. Because I know that a lot of you get involved in a business online particularly, and you think, right, I know that I should be doing this, but I've got this conflict. It may be you want to go bowling with the boys. It may be that you're taking your kids to school. It may be thousands of things that interfere with you putting 100% where you need to put it. But if you follow this 14-day plan, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to use it as though I am not making any money now. I'm going to use it as though I'm starting from scratch. I've got no list, no products, no idea of what to do. All I'm going to do is religiously follow this 14-day plan. And I've set my goals out. And my goals are here for following this plan. And if you can see this, I don't know whether that will come up very well. But what it says is it gives my name, and today is the 5th of November, and it says I'm going to change my life and create a breakthrough business. And it says I'll complete every task 100%, not 99, not 98, not 97, not 50, not when it suits me. I will complete every task 100% and get every tool needed, even if it may be inconvenient or uncomfortable, realizing that successful people do what failures are not willing to do. Okay, 14 days we're talking about. Okay, and what I've set as my goal for the next 14 days is to earn $12,000. Now, would $12,000 help you? Would $5,000 help you? Would a couple of $1,000 help you? What about a couple of $100? Would that help you? Because you can set your own goals based on your own belief in yourself. All you've got to do is exactly what I do, and that is follow the 14-day plan. And I'll be sending an email out to everybody that subscribes about how I'm proceeding, what I've done that day, and what's going on. And so that is what I'm doing. This course, I believe, should sell for $1,000, but it's going to be free to those that want it. And I'll be emailing everybody tomorrow with details of how they can get this and how they can track what I'm doing and not copy, because a lot of people say you find somebody that's successful and you copy them. And that's where people go wrong. You can't copy what somebody else is doing. It doesn't work. You model what you're doing on what they're doing. You take what they're doing, you say, how can I do that? Even how can I improve on that? How can I fit that into my own personality? Okay? And that is what you do. You don't copy somebody, you model on them. You model on somebody that's successful. And I'm going out, and my challenge, and I'm putting my head on the block, because I said I'm going to make $12,000 in 14 days just doing exactly what I am told. Not bringing in any other ideas, not using existing contacts, existing lists, existing businesses, existing products. So today was my first day online, and tomorrow I'm going to be starting this project. So that's something that you'll be able to follow and get involved in. And I'm going to make sure that you have access to that same 14-day course so that you can start to change your life within the next 2 weeks as well. And if that's of interest to you, watch out for my email tomorrow. Okay. As you know, these webinars get posted on sawwp.com/live. And if you didn't know, that's where they are. And they're there for a week. And previous webinars, you have to go to my YouTube channel for them. But on soap.com live, I will put a link where you can access this course and how to get it. No fee, no cost, no charge. Okay? Change your life. So that's coming up. Right, we can go back to any questions. Have we got any questions from anybody? Nothing coming in, because if we don't have any questions, what I suggest you do is, one, take action, get your computer backed up if it's not already. Some of you may be wise enough to have done that already. If you're already a member of SOAP, then you should have done, because you're paying for it. So just go and do it. It only takes, I don't know, somebody that's good with a computer can probably set it up in 2 minutes. It probably take me 10 minutes. I can't remember how long it took me to set it up now. I did it a while back, but it probably took me 10 minutes, maybe 15. But if you know your way around computers and you're technically able, better than I am, then I would think probably a couple of minutes and you'll be set up and bang, it's gone. And it may take a day or two to get, if you've got a lot of files, it may take a day or two to get them all uploaded. Once they're uploaded, then it just keeps updating them automatically. So anything you add or take away or whatever, it just updates those files, and so they're always as they should be with the current information. And it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter if somebody comes in, puts an axe into your computer or steals it, or you have a fire or a virus or whatever. Your files are there, they're safe, you can get them back again. So that's what I suggest you do. We've got no questions coming in. We've been running for 29 minutes, And this could be a record, because if we get no questions, I'm going to close on 13:30. And if you want to make some money before Christmas, as I say, follow me and get on this course. I'm going to provide you with links for the course, and they'll be given to you day by day. All you've got to do is commit 100% to doing everything that is taught in that course. And if you do that, you will make sales. Will you make 12,000 in your 14 days? Depends on what your goals are. It depends on how serious you are. Maybe you'd be happy making $100 in 14 days. Maybe that's where your belief level is. Maybe you'd be happy with just making a sale of any kind in 14 days. It's up to you. It's up to you to set your own goals and pursue them. And that, as I say, I'm going to make available in my email that comes out tomorrow. And we still have no questions. So I'm going to leave it there. I thank you all for being here. I want to just say God bless you. Look after yourselves. If you're in the UK, enjoy Bonfire Night tonight. Don't wait till Saturday. Have a good night tonight. Get outside, light a fire, chuck some potatoes in there to roast. Maybe have a barbecue going at the side and put some steaks on, whatever. Enjoy yourself. It's part of life. Life is the precious gift we've all been given. Don't waste it. God bless.